26. I'm far from a hater, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself regardless of praying to your downfall. To the genuine ones with intentions, never give up on yourself because someone overlooks you. They not love you, respect you, protect you, or let alone see your potential. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Your laugh so smooth. But you got more than a beautiful smile. They would never understand how you actually stepping. Fall from being mean. They would never understand your conscience is different. How motivation allow you to see your strategies becoming your best self reflection. Because self-love is different when it comes to self-control. They would never understand your interaction when it comes to hold on understanding that you are worthy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments you are truly a blessing. They say the grass ain't green on the opposite side, but when the right folks walk into your life, they actually on time. That respect is different at the end of the day. They want you to become your best self, vision of yourself when it comes to elevation, when it comes to hold on one second. You ain't have to be stagnant regardless of praying your downfall. They ain't want you to see yourself smile more, regardless of you showing you the beauty within you. Never get discouraged because you're beautiful or handsome. And I say that respectfully. They swear up and down that you so mean, you're this, you're that, or whatever the case may be when it comes to negative energy. But hold on one second, you was far from the in-between.
No, ever straight on me. First of all, insecure, jealous, envy, a hater, not part of my vocabulary. No, ever trait on me. What's wrong with you people?
You balance a smile within. Allowed yourself to understand the open wound to actually heal to go within. It didn't matter about that chick or dude who was praying your downfall, that didn't want to see you elevate, but you understood your potential is different. Giving up on yourself with all your vocabulary, regardless who's in the background trying to make you feel you're supposed to be stressed and not emotionally available, let alone intelligent. How they praying your downfall, but you continue to show up. Hold on one second, fear was a part of your vocabulary. Here they judge the book by its cover when it comes to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. It didn't matter about the likes and views of cloud chasing or fame, because God was never part of that script. And I say that respectfully. When God allows you to maintain, it's going to be chicks and dudes trying to play God in your life, trying to strip you from your reality, but God was making things right in the background. That air is different. How God allowed you to see why you was far from being, hold on one second, emotionally unstable. Because God was showing you that you are worthy, regardless of the pour into you, let alone love you.
No, ever straight off me. Uh-huh.
They called you ugly, slow, stupid, and retarded. But they would never understand it starts within when it comes to whether that actually makes sense. Being your authentic self. You got chicks and dudes praying to get downfall, but you actually a miracle. Regardless if you had the proper support when it comes to that mentor, God was showing you balance at the end of the day, that the love never stops when it comes to God's intuition. Never give up on yourself when it comes to having faith. They would never understand faith was never part of your vocabulary. How God continued to steal away they couldn't relate to. That was being comfortable in your own skin. You dealing with spiritual warfare from a child point of view going into your adulthood. They would never understand how you continue to have protection. It's going to be chicks and dudes that's not going to understand why you actually stepping, even when they try to antagonize you, but your flow keeps going. When it comes to authentic love, you choosing your reflection. I may not make sense to the average person, but never give up on yourself when someone's projected at the end of the day insecurity on you, or jealousy or hate or whatever the case may be. How they try to make you feel like you're not worthy of bringing balance into your life. Even when you get lost in your words, never give up on yourself. And I say that respectfully. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. I would never give up on myself regardless of praising my downfall or threatening my life or disrespect me. And I say that respectfully. This is not your genuine respect. Poetry, my swag.
No, ever straight on me. I'm not no rapper, whatever the case may be. I am an entertainer. Hello. And my content is not for everyone.
Always be yourself. Self-reflection is different. Far from having a person So at the end of the day, you actually understood how to be your authentic self when it comes to your reflection. How God gave you so many tools to be, hold on one second, whoever you wanted to be with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. You're going to have chicks and dudes, the mindset trying to ruin you, but never lose hope. And I say that respectfully. Like, when you went for that job interview, they said that you got the job, but on the hold on one second, the script wasn't hold on one second. It wasn't that hard to actually understand who you can truly be.
Now, ever straight on me.
Entertainment purposes only. A motherfucker would sit there and say, oh, you got personality disorder. You this, you that, whatever the case may be.
Ever straight off of me.
If you stop being who you was, they would never understand how you love. Your reflection, being mature, understanding self-control when it come to discipline. You signed up to be somebody at the end of the day. You was only participating in a role, wasn't trying to lose yourself, let alone catch a case. You wasn't dibbling down with Maddie trying to sell your soul. All you was doing was just playing a role they would never understand. And hold on one second, you outgrew the norm.
Now, ever straight off me. I ain't trying to be somebody I'm not. Hello, have a good day.
Always be yourself. Regardless of what job it is, if it's an actor, playing a role when it comes to a script or not, never allow someone to dim your light. Never allow someone to make you feel like you're not worthy of choosing yourself. And never give up on yourself expressing yourself to the wrong person. And especially when you never signed up for someone's one-sided conversation. You wasn't part of nobody's script when it comes to being authentic. Never lose self-face value, and I say that respectfully, having a heart. Or because someone is praying your downfall, you are smart. Never overlook yourself. I may not make sense to the average person. And that's okay. Because my content is not for everyone. It's not. But loving yourself is not a crime.
Now, ever straight off me. Always be yourself.
I'm far from a hater.